Hey there everyone, today I shall be reviewing Deftones at Brixton Academy, supported by Letlive and Three Trap Tigers. This happened on the 20th of February. To kick open the night was Three Trap Tigers. Now this is a group that I'd seen before and enjoy on record as well. On such a large stage, their sound really translated quite well actually, better than the previous time I'd seen them. Their sort of noisy, multi-layered electronic music really came through this time. They also sort of bring in elements of breakbeat, post-rock and psychedelic rock as well. It really was kind of a trip watching them, especially with this really great live show they sort of pulled together. The sounds sort of everyone was hearing were incredibly blissful and just really great and kind of well put together. Visually, the band didn't really present a great deal in terms of energy, but it's not the sort of band you really need to have tons of energy or anything. I mean, sure, certain members were headbanging, but I mean, apart from that, the only person that was really that interesting to watch was the drummer, who played these super well-crafted, somewhat technical, but really kind of pleasing to the ear beats. It certainly held my interest. There were a lot of techie sort of lead guitar parts too. It was just very interesting, and a great performance overall. Next up was Letlive. To be honest, these are the reason I was here. They're a band who I've supported for a long time. I've seen them many times live and I adore their album Fake History. However, after hearing that their drummer Anthony had left, I was somewhat disappointed, especially considering I thought he was a great drummer. He was a really weirdly noticeable stage presence, which is quite impressive for a couple of reasons. Firstly, a drummer with stage presence, that's just kind of unusual. Secondly, he always makes himself noticeable, despite the fact that their incredibly passionate and energetic frontman, Jason, as far as stage presence goes, tops pretty much anyone. He's the sort of guy that just launches water everywhere, launches his clothes everywhere, kind of dance on stage like some kind of maniac. He can't do front flips, but he attempts them. Now, despite the fact that I do consider Letlive to be an incredibly brilliant live band, there's no other way to put it, they're just amazing, I can't help but feel this was the weakest I've ever seen them by some distance. Not to say it was bad, not by a long shot, but just the weakest I've seen them for definite. Now, I wouldn't say it's because they were playing on a large stage and the stage really swallowed them up or anything like that. They were still energetic and took up most stage. I just felt like they didn't put on as much of a show as normal. Like, Jason, although he was energetic, kind of wasn't as unpredictable as normal. Pretty much every Letlive show I've been to, there's always something that surprises me. This is the first show I've been to of Letliv's that nothing really caught my eye, surprised me or anything like that. In fairness, I can't argue with a band in which the frontman goes, "Oh look, nobody here knows us. I'm gonna go and jump on them anyway." Their set ended with Jason getting in the crowd during Casino Columbus, kind of giving everyone hugs, and to be honest, there were a lot of people running towards him, and he gave hugs to everyone, which is really kind of impressive. He then jumped back on the stage, guitarist smashed his guitar, Jason picked it up and launched the guitar, or bits of the guitar, pretty much towards the back of the stage. One way to leave. Now, before I get stuck into Deftones' live set, I want to speak a few words about Deftones just in general, to be honest. Firstly, I have never liked Deftones. I don't know why. On paper, they have an amazing sound. Huge riffs, slight atmosphere, kind of dissonant vocals, it sounds great. When I listen to them, I'm like, every single part of the song's great, the riff's great, that atmosphere works, that vocal cut was great. But for some reason, my brain just refuses to let me click with them. I just, for some reason, don't enjoy them as much as I know I should on record. Anyway, from pretty much the first band of the night, it was really apparent that everyone here was here to see Deftones. You could almost feel the anticipation in the room. From the second they touched the stage, the crowd was 100% with them. And although I've never really liked them, I cannot lie, they put on one hell of a show. Chino was up front being the coolest guy you could ever possibly hope to watch on a stage, while keeping it punk and throwing his awesome mic cable around him, jumping around and stuff. Their bassist was also throwing himself around the stage, looking super happy to just be there and be playing music in general. They sounded very tight, very crisp and very professional as well, which is a great thing. The light show was really great and went along really well with some of the more atmospheric moments in the set. It certainly gave more of an atmosphere and really gave a very nice visual aesthetic to the whole setup. Also, although I don't personally listen to them, I still know a bit about the set, and only about 25 of what they played was newer stuff, and it was very much a classic hits set with Rocket Skates, My Own Summer Shove It, and even songs from Adrenaline making appearances. I will say there was a slight dip in energy and quality whenever Chino picked up a guitar. However, this didn't happen often enough for it to really affect the live show as a whole, I didn't feel. And the songs were still decent. I don't think there's any doubt that Chino was really the star of the show for their say. He was kind of running around the stage like a nutcase, getting up in the crowd's grill. At one point, he actually got on the barrier, climbed out into the audience, and started the song midway on people's shoulders. So that was really cool. Even the banter was really quite awesome, to be fair. I can't knock Deftones' set at all. It was really, really, really good. So anyway, I feel like for their trippy as hell, tight and musically awesome performance, 3 Trap Tigers deserve 6.5 to a 7. For their energetic but somewhat disappointing, in my personal opinion, performance, I feel like Letlive deserve a 7.5 to an 8. And the almighty Deftones put on one hell of a stage show, can't knock it at all. Chino is the coolest guy I think I'll ever see on a stage. 8 to an 8.5. Really great show. If you're at this show, let me know what you thought. If you've seen these bands on this tour, let me know what you thought, or just think of them in general. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in a later video.